We have downloaded the IDS application installation archive. We select and open it. It creates an IDS application installation folder, and within it we select IDS installer and launch it. Here is the main window of the application. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 tabs, and we go to the 5th, predefined mappings details. We've got the information about the available frequency mappings, that's to say LAP, octaves, and audio. We've got the key which will be used to name the results files, the subband's number, and the subband's limit definition. So for LAP, for instance, the first subband goes from 0 to 50 Hz, then 50 to 2000 Hz, and so on. We can also change the sampling frequency, validate our choice, and the only subband limits which has changed is the last one, which corresponds to Nyquist frequency, that's to say half the sampling frequency. The 5th tab is only informative, and here in the status bar we see that the application is waiting for settings definition, and we need to define useful path, mappings, application list, sampling rates, and resynthesis path. So we go to select sampling rates tab, and here we will choose all of the sampling rates proposed. Be careful to think which are effectively the sampling rates you will use for analysis, because for each sampling rate installed you will generate one filter sets by mapping. So you have to think about which are the only sampling rates you will use in order to not create too many filter sets which would never be used. We validate our choice by clicking on the Apply Sampling Rates Choice button. The application has taken into account our choose, because we cannot see any more mention to missing a sampling rate definition. So we can go to select applications to install. We first choose IDS Analyzer, because without it we can't do anything. We choose IDS Gradients Big Gradient Generator, because we will be able to derivate gradients from profiles and big gradients from gradients. We also choose to install IDS Plotter to be able to plot profiles, gradients, and big gradients. And we also choose to install IDS Resynthesis Preparator to test the resynthesis according to a partial to complete, for instance, selection of subbands. We validate our choice by clicking on Apply Applications Choice button. We still have to define useful paths and mappings and resetting paths. So we go to Select Mapping to Use tab, and to be able to process to installation you need to define at least one mapping. So here we choose to install all of them, and we validate our choice by clicking on Apply Mappings Choice button. We still have to define a useful path and resynthesis path, and we go to the first tab, Select Useful Path. First we choose Applications Parent folder. We go on Desktop, create a new folder, for instance named IDS Applications. Create it, choose it, and within this IDS Applications folder all the chosen applications will be created. We now need to define the path for results parent folder. We choose Desktop, and the application will automatically create a results parent folder named IDS Results on Desktop. We still have to choose Resynthesis parent folder, so we select Desktop and create a new folder, for instance named IDS Resynthesis Data. create it, choose it. We can see in status bar that all options have been chosen and we are allowed to launch the installation. The launch installation button is activated and we just have to click on it to launch installation. Now the status bar is indicating that the application is processing to installation and it's creating filter set number 1 over 12. So the whole installation process will need at least 15 minutes to be accomplished. Once all the filter sets and the preference files have been installed, we've got the information in status bar that the installation has been done and that we can quit the application. We just then have to click on quit button.